Well, just like that, I went down from 55 to 51 in 5 minutes.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Friday. I'm in my car and got my order, but it was a kind of a strange situation. Yeah, right now I have the Android where I do my sparking and use my iPhone for for DoorDash. That's because of the situation. Some people think I'm crazy, but I may be. But today I always get the order on my Android exactly 5:45, but it didn't pop up then. I kept hearing my iPhone going ding ding ding, and I see there were messages, but the offer never showed up on. Oh, Mr. Bunny Rabbit again. Never showed up. I said, what the heck? And then finally, on my Android, the first come first serve offers popped up finally. So I looked at that and said, crap. So the one that was initially given to me was missed out. But I picked up one. It's almost $40. It's about 34 items, including a heavy item, probably water. So, but at least I got a pretty good order. But I'm going to be driving the Lincoln, which is fine. So yeah, and it's strange why that did that. So anyway, so heading to Walmart and we'll do some shopping and let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that shopping. This was unique. Half the stuff was household items. A bird feeder, bird seed, curtain, picture frames, a lamp, and then some Valentine candy, and then some normal, groceries, milk and frozen stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't substitute correctly the yogurt that she wanted. In fact, it's kind of somewhat strange, but she wanted a 4-pack of peach yogurt. They were out, but they had the 4 individuals. But she rejected that. And probably the only reason I can think that from my previous experience is that those 4 combined are like 50% more expensive than the 4-pack. So, and half and half that she wanted was out. So I picked the same brand, but she didn't like that. So I picked out the Walmart brand. She took that one. So she was happy for that. So the yogurt is the only thing I couldn't find for her. And the reason I went a little bit out, of course I'm being paid almost $40 for it, but they live 15 miles away from a Walmart, so I try to do the best I can to accommodate them. But I selected another flavor of the same 4-pack brand, and she didn't like that, so I said, okay, I'm done with that. So anyway, not too bad. I think I got here on time. The instructions, I was a little worried. This is drive across the stop sign and down the dirt road and leave at the gate. And I'm thinking, is this the same house I did like a month or 2 ago where I was in the middle of nowhere? I mean, I was literally in deliverance country. And I drove up, and I finally got to, at the end of the road that took me forever to get there, was a tubs by a gate. And the instructions were, put everything in the tub, which I did, and which if you remember, it's in the video that I did. I thought it was going to be one of those situations. Nope, got there, that just a normal fence with a gate around the house, but it says, be private property, beware of dog. Well, let's just say there's more than one dog. And one kitty cat. At least I saw one kitty cat. But he was he came up there and he's wagging his tail, but he was He was upset. He wasn't, it wasn't really aggressive. He was just like, why are you here? But he just walked away and sniffed around. The others were just like, what? They didn't care. So yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I'm out here in Lincoln, enemy territory. So make my way. This may be my only offer because everything's gone cold, but I'm going to drive by Walmart, and then if I don't, I'm going to go home. And wait out. So hopefully I get another order pop up, because kind of strange that the thing, my iPhone. Oh, no, didn't say anything. Let me see. Let me try. Let me just reset the app. Maybe that'll help. So, anyhow, well, like I said, it's still pretty cold. It's 30 degrees, but not a cloud in the sky. Not a single cloud. And as you can tell, the sun's bearing down on us. Coming out here to Lincoln was hard because the sun's right in my face. But it's going to be behind me on the way home. So, all right. So let's head back, see if we get anything, and then we'll just have to wait. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Yeah, welcome back. It's now time to do dashing. Let's see if I get lucky enough to get some good orders so I can maintain at least a 51 AR. So let's start the dash. I'm starting at 10:30 because, like yesterday, if I started too early and if I by chance get a Chick-fil-A order, they won't fulfill DoorDash orders until 10:30. Even though if you received the order at 10 o'clock or something like that, and they won't fulfill it until 10:30. I don't know if it's all Chick-fil-A's do that or this particular one does, but if you were to walk up to the counter and order your lunch item at 10 o'clock, you'll get your item. Or if you went through their drive-thru at 10 o'clock and order a lunch item, you'll get it. But if you order through DoorDash, you're not going to get it until they start putting together at 10:30. So anyway, so base of operations today is once again Cracker Barrel, and let's see what this afternoon turns out to be. So see you in a little bit. Well, we're off to a good start. Just as approaching base of operation, got a high paying offer from Zaxby's, so that's where we're heading. So onto the store and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, that was an interesting surprise. This delivery was to a repeat Spark and DoorDash customer. In fact, this is probably the second time as a DoorDash I delivered from Kazarun, but I've also delivered a Spark. And how do I know this? Because their hedges or the bushes on the walkway are unique. They're dome shaped. And so yeah, in fact, I saw the customer walk out as she was picking up food, and it's the same one. It was the same person when she, during the Spark delivery, came out and helped, pick up the Spark groceries. So yeah, not too bad, repeat customer. So but now I'm over on this side. I'm actually going to head straight down this road, and it'll take me out towards the middle of the gauntlet. Not quite all the way in, but around where McDonald's is. So I'm going to go this way and catch the gauntlet halfway through and drive up to base, which is Cracker Barrel. So let's see if this works. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, just like that, I went down from 55 to 51 in 5 minutes. Back to back to back to back orders, and they're like $10 for 23 miles, $8 for 15 miles. Holy crap! But had a Home Depot and then a Chick-fil-A, Crystals, and then so I finally I hate to do it, but I finally accepted the Home Depot $5 for 5 miles. But you know, I'm at 51. That's it. That's my limit. So, oh crap. So, I'm here at Home Depot. Let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Wow, I just dropped off that Home Depot, which was six light features or fixtures, but it took me along dirt roads that
in 1,000 feet
barely was a road.
Drive.
I mean, it was bad.
Head towards Seddon Farms Drive.
I'll try to include it in the video.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
But I picked up a Dairy Queen of all places, and it was a high-paying offer. So let's go to Dairy Queen. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Dairy Queen to an apartment complex I've been to many times, but to a building I've never been to before. At least I don't remember. And then as soon as I did, I picked up an order that I had to take because it would put me at 50% AR. So I'm slightly underwater, $5 for 6.5 miles. But I'm heading to Jersey Mike's. So let's go there and pick up the order and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Jersey Mike's order and delivered to the leasing office of the apartment complex over by the old bridge. In fact, this is the third time I've delivered to the manager there. So it has gotten warm. It's actually now 60 degrees, hence I took the jacket off. So I'm actually having to turn on the air. Can you believe that? But it's good. But it gets below freezing tonight. But temperatures be right in the evening, so it'll be above freezing starting Sunday. So, whew, man. Yeah, I had to take that order because if I didn't, I would have been at 50% AR. And from what I've seen from other YouTubers that, you know, if you're below 51%, that's, you know, you're in danger of being deactivated. I'm just going by what I saw and seen, so I don't know if it's true or not. I'm sure some of you out there that see this, well, I'm at 31%, I'm still active. Well, that may be true. I'm just going by what I've seen, read, and heard. So let's head back to town. Base of operation is still Cracker Barrel, and let's see if we can pick up some better offers. So see you in a little bit. Well, waiting about 15 minutes. Got a small Arby's order, a little over $5, but just over a mile. So it's not small, but at least it's not that super underwater. So let's head to Arby's and then pick up the order and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Arby's order to subdivision I've been to many times. In fact, this is the substitution where the subdivision where the customer that wanted me to break the rules and buy her cigarettes. So anyway, I'm working my way back to our base of operations, which is Cracker Barrel. So yeah, waited 15 minutes for that one. So hopefully we don't have to wait that long for the next one. And hopefully the next one's is a better offer. Like I said, I'm still sitting at 51 acceptance rate. So anyway, let's head back to base and see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, just signing off. I did get another order. We're going to El Cazador, downtown Pell City. Unfortunately, it's a slightly underwater order. I looked at what happens if I decline it. Yep, if I decline, I go below 51. I'll go to 15. Can't do that. So anyway, so let's head to El Cazador and then the customer. See you in a little bit. I just dropped off that El Cazador. The problem is, El Cazador thought my order was the one they had on the hood. It wasn't. It was the wrong one. And they looked, there was a slip that got printed and nobody noticed, so it didn't get started until I got there. I informed the customer about it and I told DoorDash about it. But they're going to mark me late because I noticed that I was a minute late arriving to make the delivery. So, I'll see if I can dispute that one because it's not my fault. I'm sorry. The restaurant didn't start cooking it until I got there. So, anyhow, good thing is I am past the southern end of the gauntlet. So we're going to run the gauntlet. Let's see if we get a decent order. Whatever order I get, I'm going to have to take because I'm still at 51. If I decline, I go to 50. So anyway, keep your fingers crossed and get a good order. So see you in a little bit. Yeah, I had to take another bad order. Sonic, $6 for 9 miles. I try to decline it and it still says I'll go to 50%. So let's go to Sonic and pick up the order.
Go
see you in a
past
little
this
bit.
light and take.
Well, I just delivered at Sonic, and it happened to be across the street from another DoorDash customer of mine. And the reason I remember this happened several months ago. If you remember the time where they were doing construction on the bridge and the road, and it backed up traffic, and I had to go to back way, and still the back way was so long, and it wound up going to an elderly lady that was handicapped in a wheelchair. But her house is directly across the street from the house I just delivered to. Because, I looked at the address, wait a minute, I've been here before. And sure enough, as I pulled into the driveway of the customer, I see across the street, well, there's the house I was there a few months ago. She... I kind of felt sorry for her, but she was, wheelchair bound, and but she seemed to be in good spirits. So, but during that whole ordeal, it took me 30 minutes to deliver that food, and because of the construction, that was a bad day. I'm still at 51% acceptance rating. I'm gonna have to research this a little bit more, but I'm gonna make my way back to town. I'm out here in Riverside, which is I'm on the same side of the river as Pell City is. I'm further into the woods, so to speak, in this area. It's very quiet out here, very quaint. Little country homes here and there. Every once in a while, a mobile home, but mostly just quaint little houses that probably been here from the 70s. I'm looking at some of the styles, and the reason I say that is because I'm looking at the styles. They're very similar to the styles of houses that my mom and dad have. Or even older. Especially, I don't know if you remember, or if you're from the South. Remember the houses back then? They had aluminum awnings over each window, and that was meant to help prevent sunlight from getting into the house, to help keep the house cooler. Because back then, there was no such thing as central air, and very rarely did you have window air conditioners. My aunt and uncle's house in Mississippi, the one that owned that grocery store on the state road, they had a small little house. In fact, little tidbit, their house was a mail order house, I think from Jim Walter. When the house was originally put together, it was just one bedroom, two bedroom, living room, kitchen, and one bathroom. And then later on, what they did is they extended out from the kitchen and made a bigger kitchen. And what was the kitchen, they made a little tiny little hallway where the wash machine was and all that. But they basically extended out and made a bigger kitchen and breakfast nook area. So, yeah, it was a Jim Walter home. That's why I remember what they told me it was. I think it was like it was, you know, they ordered it from a catalog. So, yeah, but the houses further out now, getting closer to Riverside, especially on the river here, they're more modern houses. But towards back that way, towards up into the country, a lot of those houses are the smaller, you know, with the aluminum awnings over the windows. And it kind of reminds me of my family's how they lived in Mississippi. So anyway, we're in downtown Riverside with the post office and the city hall and police department right next to it. You know, it's one building. And of course, in the municipal park right next to it. Interesting thing, in municipal park, the baseball field here is all surrounded by water, and it floods, you know, from the backwater here of the river. So, okay, so let's head back into town, get back to our headquarters, which is Cracker Barrel, and see if we can get another order. See you in a little bit. Well, after waiting for 45 minutes, and then I vowed I wouldn't take it, but if I don't, I go below. It's a $2 Chick-fil-A order. This is it. I'm done for today. After I deliver that. So, anyway, let's go pick up the order and make the delivery and then go home. So, see you in a little bit. Well, that's it for me. Even though it's 2:45, I'm done. It has just died. And then I'm having to accept every order now because I'm at 51%. I got to do a little bit more research about that. But a little surprised though, even though that was a tiny order and underwater. It's a repeat customer of mine. This is the third time, actually. My third time to him, but the fourth time to the house. This is a gentleman that, if y'all remember, that owns a carpet cleaning business. And so, I think this is the first time. No, I think he's always done Chick-fil-A. I think I remember one time maybe it was a McDonald's order. But yeah, I asked him, you know, how things. He said, you know, last time I talked to him, and it was, I think it was right before Christmas. He mentioned that, you know, he does a lot of, in the wintertime, he does a lot of apartment cleaning. You know, when people are moving, you know, they always have to come and get their carpet cleaned and all that. But they also do, when it gets real cold, you know, water extraction because of the pipes bursting during it. And I asked him, you know, did you get quite a few? He said, no, not that many. But he said business is picking up now. See, he's like me. He can't wait for the warmer weather. And I told him this coming weekend. But yeah, it is 66 degrees. Can you believe that? So yeah, but I'm done. Didn't do so well, but like I said, I was forced to take all these orders. But I don't know. I made over $100 last Friday. I'm not even make half that this Friday. So, man, it's feast or famine. Feast or famine. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go home. I'll give the summary. Unfortunately, it's Friday and it's my wife's pick, as she keeps reminding me today and yesterday. I told her, well, you can only have your pick if we don't go to barbecue. She said, no, you don't have that option. So anyway, all right, heading home, and then I'll give the summary. See you in a little bit. Well, I'm home. This was a somewhat tiring day because it was the DoorDash. There was long lulls in there, and that kind of wears you out because you're sitting there waiting. But yeah, let's take a look and see how I did today. Let's take a look at the Spark first. Only had one Spark order. And yeah, like I said, I had the problem this morning. I usually get at exactly 5:45 my initial offer. I didn't get that, but I kept hearing ding ding on my iPhone. So I think the app kind of messed up. So I think I need to do is make sure my backup phone is totally powered down, so I get all the signals to the one I use. But today the confirmed earnings for Spark this morning was $20.62, with unconfirmed tips at $16.71. So if I get everything, that's over $37. So as far as Spark was not as good this Friday as it was last Friday. I think last Friday I made almost $100. But I really got my AR, and it's down to 51. Well, we'll double check thing. But I did 8 out of 11 offers. It was like a span like within 3 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. 3 super crappy orders. $11 for 23 miles, $8 for 15 miles. It's like boom, boom, boom. So anyway, so I made a total of $48.63 today. So let's go, and a total dash time of 5 hours and 40 minutes. So let's do this. Oh my God, it's so bad. I'm no longer gold. I'm silver. Holy crap. I had to maintain 75 to be gold. Now I'm silver. Wow. Yep, I'm still 51%. Let's even check my on-time rating. Oh, they told me I was late for that Chick-fil-A. Oh. Let's see here. I forgot to complete the. Hold on just a second. I forgot to complete the order, and so it says I'm 87 minutes late. Hopefully I can get. I'll have to fix that. Late by 87 minutes. So I'm back. Every time I try to talk, I was trying to see if I could dispute that. But every time I was talking, it was type in what I was trying to say. So I had to shut my mouth, type in what I needed to do, and then come back. So now, since I was able to dispute the 87-minute, because it was my last dash. I thought I took a picture and I thought I closed it out. I thought I hit the button to close it out, and so they put me back at 75 points. So I'm now at the bottom of the gold tier. Oh God! So wow. And I got so yeah. So I'm saving my. I guess I'm to the point where I can save. I'm able to dispute, but I'm not going to dispute any other late charges. I'm going to save those for stuff like this. I got pause orders from one store. What store was that? Oh, 0 orders. Oh, okay. I can. Oh, so at gold status you can get no orders from a certain store. So, yeah, boy, what a cluster of mistakes I've done today. As far as it was just I was just tired. Yeah, it's definitely a misadventure today. Well, I learned something new. 75 is the lowest for the gold tier. But yeah, today's Friday. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. As of this recording, the latest video has gone out, and I believe it's a Sunday Spark. So I need tonight. I'm going to have to put together the the week recap for membership club. So I urge you to join the club if you want to see that video and the rest of the other weekly recaps that deals with the. I give the recap of the week, and then I give detail of my earnings and the mileage, and I break down, how much I made per hour from actual work and from sitting on my butt, time. But if you like the video, I urge you to like it. And if you enjoy what I'm doing with the videos and all, I urge you to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to be notified when the next set of videos come up. So, and then if you're interested in the equipment that I use, all from the bags for DoorDash and the bags for Spark and all the other simple equipment that I use, all the way up to the video equipment that I use for my YouTube channel. There's a link in each video and on the channel that takes you directly to my kit page that has all the Amazon affiliate links. So if you click on that and buy something, it helps support the channel. If you're interested in the clothing I'm wearing, like my dashing gear, there's also a link on the channel and the videos that goes to my clothing store. You see some of the items for sale on the channel, but it doesn't show all of them. So, if you want, take a look. I designed this so I can, to help people look more professional when they're doing sparking and door dashing. So, anyway, that's going to be it for me. Like I said, tomorrow, I'm taking a day off. Unfortunately, tonight's my wife's pick. Don't know where we're going. I'll tell you on the Sunday. So, anyway, I'm going to head back inside, get cleaned up, and get ready for this evening. So, we will talk to you later.